Puerto Rican kid, bald head, loves snakes, loves Blizzy, Sergio Chacon.
Yeah. What up, Pa?
Peace. Welcome to the DBS podcast. It's your boy Sergio Chacon, aka Blizzy Chacon. That shit whack. I mean, it's always gonna be Dirtbag Shit podcast. The DBS podcast.
What up?
Yo, Kyle, what up, Daddy-O? Put on your video. Don't upset me.
There we go.
There you go. Look at this guy. Yo, you used to be a cruiserweight. Now you look like a lightweight, Pop. You trim and fit out there in Miami.
I dropped 10 pounds, man. That vegan diet got.
You look great, man. You look trimmed out. You're annoying, bro, because you're like 65 years old. How you 65 years old with an 8-pack? I saw it on the special. You just happen to be unbuttoning your shit.
Yeah.
Ripped up.
Oh, yeah, you caught that?
Ghostface Killer voice. I see everything, God. I see everything.
Word,
yo, I saw that. I was like, yo, you ain't shit. You getting ready. He opened it up a little bit.
That's what's up.
He opened it up a little. I was like, because we used to work out a lot together at Mendez Boxing Gym. And I remember one time, we were done with the workout. And I was like, yo, this motherfucker's like 15 years my senior. Not really 15, but we're closer in age than that. But I was like, damn, you had a 6-pack then. Motherfucker still had a 6-pack. Annoying, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. I keep it right, Yeah.
That's that Miami shit, or that's genetics? Or are you really keeping the diet and training tight? Or is it a concoction of all three things?
Yeah, it's all three things, man. I work out 3 times a week still. I love boxing. I'm still boxing. Matter of fact, I got a 4:30 online boxing appointment today. You know what I mean? They got a heavy bag in my gym and in my building. So yeah, I keep it. I don't. And the world famous 5th Street Boxing Gym on Miami Beach.
Yeah. Dino owns that. A guy named
Dino. Yeah, Dino. Yeah, I used to go there, but not no more. They got expensive.
Yeah. I know Dino. He probably doesn't know me. I just know him because he's brought a couple of his fighters to the gym I train at, and I met him. And he had this young kid, amateur boxer at the time, who's a pro now, named a Cuban kid named Nico. You ever heard of him? One of his fighters. He's nasty though.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I did. You know what? I ran into Nico and his pops running on the beach because I was running on the beach and his pops was running. He was like, "Yo, what you do?" Woo, woo, woo. And he was like, his son's nasty. He's a boxer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy to see you, man. It's been a while. The last time I think we hung out was probably after a workout at Mendez Boxing Gym. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Word.
You know what I'm saying? And the family as well, right? You got two beautiful girls.
Yeah. My girls are sweet. They're in the room now. That's why you don't hear no noise.
Yeah. Everybody I interview with a kid, it's like it's a system we got. You should have saw me. I was like telling my daughter, I was like, yo, no fart noises, no squeaks. Like just give me like an hour. She's like that, just ran away and shit.
Yeah,
but
hard.
I'm happy to see you. I'm sorry. Let me just turn this off. I got my phone on like a real dirtbag.
Yeah, I'm like a third. I'm trying to get these headphones to work. They're not working.
Yo, because you looked a little concerned. I saw it in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm like, what's up with my headphones? I'm hearing.
How about now?
No, I'm hearing you, but it's just through my. I could hear you. It's just I want to hear through my speakers because it makes it my headphones. It just makes it more.
Yeah, it just makes it more official. You want to look like you want to look like a DJ and shit, like
drown out background noise.
I hear you. Well, let me know when you get to act together, and I'll call you back.
Okay. I think they're probably hooked up to these other ones.
Give it a try, Pop. I got some time. It's all good. Yo, this guy got a nice apartment, yo. Look at this, man. He got what kind of plant is that? Is that a snake plant?
I don't even know, a palm or something. I bought it from Home Depot.
That's nice, man. That's nice. All right. Checking out your crib right here. All right.
Scoping out my shit.
Yo, your headphones match your TV? Your TV background? This guy's styling.
Wow.
So what inspired the move to Florida? Are you originally from Florida? I've known you for years, and I don't know if you were a Jersey cat, or you're from Florida and you just moved back and forth.
Yeah, I grew up in Jersey, and I went to college in Florida, in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after college, I bought a house and got into TV, and then I moved back to New York in 2002 to do comedy, and then now I'm back in Miami because my wife is from Miami.
Right.
She came back with me to New York, and then yeah, and then now we had 2 kids, and it was just time to move back.
Yeah. How you like Miami though? I just watched your special, and a lot of it felt Miami. You had a lot of Miami references and shit.
Yeah.
Those headphones are not working either.
Nah, they just something. Yeah, they not.
You forgot to charge your joints.
It says they're connected, but I'm not hearing anything. It says yeah, they're connected, but it's not
Is the volume all the way up on the headphones? Does it have a volume button? I wonder if it's try that. Because if it's connected,
work at Geek Squad, my nigga.
Nah, man, I'm whack with all that shit. I hope I'm right so I can make you feel stupid. Yo, how about you turn the volume up? Yo, I talk to you like this. It works if you just turn the volume up. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
How about now, Pop?
Nah, fuck it. It's not. It's done. And it says connected. That's a fraud, man. This is lying.
Yeah, that's what happened when you buy those knockoff joints, bro.
Yeah.
Because those look identical. I can tell you got like 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, man. Target had a sale, man. Right when you walk in the door. Right?
That shit was in a big ass box.
Yeah. It was the bin full of them shits, all colors. Man, hold on. You know what? Let me see if I can get Old Faithfuls out.
Yeah, nah, take your time. It's all good, Pop. So how often are you doing the boxing training? Virtual?
Since now I've done about, maybe once or twice a week now.
And what? So he's giving you drills and shit because you know how to touch the bag, like you know your combination. Yeah. So he just giving you more like drills to like complete.
Yeah, it's more just to work out for the shoulders.
Got it.
And then then the punching, the punching exercises, the whoop 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 whoop, dipping and
it's just basically someone that's telling you, giving you something to do, like a format.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you know how to box, and I've seen you move. We moved around together. You know what I'm saying? We sparred a couple of times, which I was surprised, bro, because I was like, yo, let's spar. And you looked at me like this. You didn't even have your glasses on, but you still looked down on me like this, like, no headshots, right? And I was like, nah, just body shots. Yo, and I was surprised because you caught me with some body shots, and I was like, yo, let's hit the bag. Yo, you caught me with some body shots. I
got a hammer now. I got a hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kyle, I was getting annoyed. Because you're taller. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to go, yo, you were blocking and going around my guard, and you were just like, you're precise. I was like, this guy's annoying.
Oh, really? Wow. Thanks for the compliment, man.
Yeah, man. I thought it was pretty damn good.
Trying to gas me up to get me in the ring again.
Yeah, you're going to be in front of your building like this. The next time you see Dino and Nico, you're going to be like, yo, whenever you need that work, Nico, I got you. Whenever you need that work.
Yeah, right.
Funny. So you got the Staples joint down, or you going to do without?
I'm doing it without, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, these good fuckers, and the battery's dead on my Old Faithful, so.
All right. So fast forward. So the last time I saw you was at like Mendez. We were training for a while, and we used to always work together at different clubs and shit. And I'm so happy to see you. But I gotta tell you, man, I was really worried because I didn't see you for a while, right? So we were training together, and then we kind of lost contact. I got a story about the last time we probably worked together at a club, which I think you're gonna find funny because you know very little about this, but we'll go back to that. And then you move to Florida with the family, everything is beautiful. And then online, I found out that you were suffering from a brain tumor, which fucked me up, bro. And present day, I want you to give me a quick recap on how that shit went down because when I found out about it, I was in a place where I was like, damn, man, he's going through this. There was a GoFundMe and all the comics like kind of got together and there was a huge support system. But I was like, I was worried about you and holy shit, man. Like I'm talking to you now and I still didn't know what Cal I was gonna get. I didn't know if it was gonna be a little bit of a a little bit of a delay. I was like, yo, man, it's probably gonna be moving around a little different. You haven't missed a beat to your step. You good, Pop.
Yeah, people was looking at me like I was coming back from the pet cemetery. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be like,
yeah. Well, you never know, right? I mean,
yeah, you never know. Yeah, that's real.
yeah, but man, I can't even see the scar. I mean, you look great.
Yeah,
I mean, I bet the fact that you took or you take relatively good care of yourself probably all coincides with and a good surgeon and all that shit. But it probably coincides with a quick, easy recovery, right?
Yeah, I thought of that too. Because it was all while I was in the hospital, they were freaking out because my heart rate was so low. You know
because you got the resting heart rate of a tortoise because you work out.
It was like, and when I sleep, it's even lower. So they were like, they were like, nah, that's his heart rate. And even my wife was like, that's just his heart rate.
Because you're an athlete.
Yeah, they said I run from here to 3 miles on the beach, or you know what I mean, on the beach sand. You feel me? With like, and
breathing out your nose like this.
Breathing out my nose, yeah, yeah. just calm, food thing or whatever. And so when I went in the hospital, yeah, I was okay, as far as that, and plus it happened in a vegan restaurant, bro. So, you know what I mean? I've been plant-based for the last 4 years now,
Wow. So you're with the family, you get a feeling something is not right? It was a seizure that you had essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, but until it started happening, actually, that's a lie. A few days before I had the seizure, I was in my kitchen, making my daughter some lunch, and I got a little involuntary handshake like that. And I just thought I was doing too much, what I mean? Let me shake that shit off. Maybe could have been early Parkinson's or something, but I'm gonna just shake it off.
Yeah.
And then went on maybe a day and a half. Friday, we went out to lunch. It was a stressful lunch because we were undecisive on where to go and who, and going through the different. Yeah, it was a lot of different little tiny microaggressions.
Yeah.
And then once I sat down at our table and we all relaxed, that shape just came back and just overtook my whole body. Like,
wow.
I stood up and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what the hell, And then my wife was like, what's going on? Somebody help. And then a dude sitting at the bar came and helped and sat me down. And I had the frame of mind to just breathe. I said, all right, I can't fight it. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to be alive. So I just sat there and breathed. And I just focused on the breath coming out my nose. You feel me?
Yeah. You went right back to the beach. Just breathe. It's crazy. There's something to be said about, being under stress and still trying to, remember, let me just be in control. Let me work on my breathing, rather than panicking.
All I can control right now.
Yeah. So
what's so funny, not to cut you.
No.
But the year before that, the summer of 2018, a friend pushed me off the boat out in the deep ocean.
And that's a dirtbag friend.
Dirtbag.
Hey, well, friends like that, who needs enemies? Hey, what the fuck?
Dirtbag, bro.
Dirtbag, bro. Do you know how to swim?
I can swim,
Yeah.
but not deep ocean. That's a different mentality.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when he pushed me in the water was calm, you know? And I even laughed at first. I was like, ha ha, you got me. I kept swimming up to get back on the boat. But when I went to grab the boat, the current took me. Like, I missed it. I tried to grab it and couldn't.
That's scary.
The current under the water was moving so fast, B. It was like this. Word is born. Like,
wow.
I'm going away. I thought the boat pulled off for me.
Yeah.
I just started screaming, hey! Hey! Like, you know, I can't swim. Like, and I could swim, but this is extra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just started screaming, I can't swim, because I wanted them to know this shit was serious, B. And then I tried to grab a fishing line that was in the water, like, you know, because your brain starts looking for outs, like, good. Right. And then the line, of course, it couldn't hold my body. You know, I'm 100 whatever pounds, and the pole just came in the water.
Oh shit!
I pulled the pole in the water.
I mean, at that, I just got goosebumps. Yeah. Just hearing that, because you probably thought, oh, I got this. This will sustain me. Yeah. And then this shit comes down.
Yeah. It's like, huh.
Wow.
And then that's when I said, okay, relax, breathe.
Wow.
Calm the fuck, but you can swim. And my friends started scrambling around the boat, throwing shit in the water. And I said, if you could just swim to that, you good.
Right.
And I just started focusing and just started swimming. And for every stroke, the current was so hard, every one stroke was like I had to take 3, B. And then I got to that little floaty device and just sat on it, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm good. And then they had to anchor the boat, pull anchor. It took a while because they had to pull anchor, turn the boat around, come back, you know.
Yo, dogs, if you weren't calm, I mean, that situation could have been totally different.
Yeah. I could have not had a seizure the following year.
Right. Yo, you would have had shit to talk about in your new special. Yo, that's wild, bro. Yeah, were you mad at your boy after that, or were you still like?
You know, I was just so happy to be alive, and I knew he didn't think that through.
Yeah,
playing around,
so. Right,
like because he's a lifeguard. Well, he was a lifeguard. He's actually a police officer now.
Yo, he sounds like a police officer.
He's a police officer.
He was behaving like a police officer.
Yeah, he plays. Yeah, and I knew him since we were kids. We grew up together from Jersey. He moved down to Florida because I moved down to Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So you guys are like mad tight.
Like these are like you know we ride or die. You know, it's just like Dirtbag from we were like Jersey. You know, look at him. Look at him swim. Look at him struggling. And then I asked him in front of his. Because we had dinner, I think it was like Christmas dinner or something, and his mother was there. This is how I know his whole family. His mother or his father was there. And I asked him, if I wouldn't have made it, would you have told the truth about what happened? And he still ain't answered that question.
Yo, you're like in person with him 2 feet away. He's like, yo, you're breaking up. I'll give you a call back later.
Yeah, right. He's like, yeah.
So you're having dinner. So that was considered a seizure, not a stroke. And then immediately they found out it was a brain tumor. They went in, scanned it, found it.
Yeah, they took me in. Yeah, they found out that it was they saw a pool of they saw a little mass, and then they saw a pool of blood. That's basically what it was.
God damn.
You can see the pool in the opening of my special. Those are real x-rays from my x-rays.
Yeah,
blood, a little pool of blood and things.
So did you know
Yeah, large.
Did you know right off the bat that you like? Were you thinking like that? Like, I'm gonna get footage of this ordeal and then put it into a special, or was that
Nah,
something like you did after the fact?
nah.
Because
My
I can
wife,
see an artist thinking that way. Like, yeah, we're gonna make some good out of this shit. Just
not
happen
at
to
all.
have some of it recorded.
My wife just started recording because she records a lot of nice moments. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And she just did it for her archives. There was a lot of stuff that her sister recorded, her mother,
right.
and then my director, Dean Alexander, he had the idea. He's a cinematographer down here in Florida, and he was like, "Yo," he's a comedy fan. He's like, he loves stand up. He's like
Yeah,
he's like one of those. He knows all the cellar people. He knows
yeah,
comedy. He's a fan of
yeah,
comedy.
yeah, yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, you should document. You let me document it. Let me document you going to your checkups and your struggles back and whoopty whoop." And then I wanted to do a special stand up special anyway.
Right.
So I said, we might as well merge the two.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
got some good footage, and we started shooting and just put the pieces together. And I found a beautiful theater, the Villain Theater in Little Haiti. Hannibal Buress came down and did that theater like a private show,
Yeah.
and I was like, and he let me do some time in front of him. And I was like, "Ooh, this is a nice little theater. It got a good
It
vibe.
looked like it felt good, like intimate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's a good
nice.
vibe and shit." And then we dressed it up, and
Isn't that crazy? Like how there are certain stages you like more than others. Like you go
yeah.
to the room, you play the room, and there's certain stages that just feel good.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you feel like, oh, I could move up
yeah,
here. You know, I like
yeah.
it. It's
And it
funny.
and
The first time I met you, I was at Boston Comedy Village. Remember that club?
Boston Comedy Club in the Village.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I was new in the game. You have been doing it, and I met you and a bunch of other guys who I admire. It was you, like Joey Gaggs, guys who are still friends with me now. DeMeo, um, Greer Barnes, whatever. But I remember I seen you on that stage, and that was a club that I liked because it was elevated.
yeah,
It had it had like a good feel to it. It was small and intimate. It was
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
So
When you was rocking the Boston, you was rocking
yeah, it felt good. Give me one
it.
second. My bad. I got my pit bull chewing on my daughter's toys. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Um, so
That's what my kids do too.
leave the toys around all over, right? So right off the bat, you knew that when you did the special, you're gonna do that at the villa.
Yeah, I was looking for a spot, and then that when I saw that spot, I was like, "Yo, this is it, the Villain." And it's an improv. It's an improv house. Like they do all improv shows, improv school, and the
Okay.
crowds like they lift you up. They like they're really into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Dope.
a good theater. It's a new neighborhood or up and coming neighborhood in
Yeah.
Miami.
And so how long was the recovery from this, man? I feel like prior, it felt like so long because I'm watching this from the outside in via online. I'm like seeing how it unfolds or whatever. And then I felt like your recovery was mad quick. I mean, I don't know if that's just because I'm seeing it from the outside in, but what was it like? How was it? Like, did it? Because you were immediately into surgery right after that restaurant seizure,
Yeah.
and then like how long was the recovery after that?
Well, I couldn't drive for 6 months technically because I was on medication.
Wow.
But as soon as they cleaned it out, sealed me up, I started getting my movement back. I started getting when I got home and they took the staples out. They took the staples out maybe in 4 weeks. And I don't know, I was rocking and rolling. Like I wasn't rocking and rolling, but you know, within 3 months, would you say? Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I was rocking and rolling within 3 months, I think, but it wasn't that bad. I just took it slow because I didn't want to rattle anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When
smart.
you
You were
got
smart about
somebody,
it.
Yeah, I was smart. I wasn't exercise. I wasn't boxing.
Yeah.
I wasn't, what I mean? I took it.
It's crazy because I feel like you may have wanted to do all that. You may have been anxious, but you knew you had to take it slow. Is that the feeling?
Yeah. It's funny. The last year at this time, I was in the house too. Like, you know what I mean? I was just taking it easy, laying around, eating, and then I started going out and doing spots. I was Ubering places, having friends pick me up, and then I started. And then I wanted to, then I started getting back on stage maybe at around the middle of the summer.
So piecing the special together, did you do most of your spots in Miami or did you fly to New York? Probably mostly in Miami.
Yeah, I did a lot of like open mics in Miami. A lot of open mics around Miami, and then I flew to New Jersey. I had a show in my hometown, Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
Dope.
At the Sangria Lounge, just like one of my man's spots.
Yeah.
So that's why I like got it on his legs, ran it there because I figured I'd do it for the home team, tell my story for people who, my home crowd. And then I got a gig. My special was January 12th, I taped. And then the first week in January, I was in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's just a nice intimate room at Dead Crow Comedy.
I've heard of that place, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great room. Awesome. And they're moving to a new location. So, yeah, matter of fact, I'll link you up with the dude. You'll be great in that room.
Oh, thanks, man. That's dope, man. So it feels like you put together special relatively quickly. I mean, and you wanted to do it already, and then I just kind of catapulted it.
Yeah. I mean, and I had to do it now. It was like, if I would have waited, this wouldn't have been an interesting story the next year. You know what I mean? It's like,
It's like it got to be fresh to you.
Yeah, it had to be fresh to me. I didn't want to do brain jokes anymore. I figured I could tell the story and not have to be the brain comedian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love the idea and how you put it together, incorporating that experience, intertwining it. And I mean, it was touching, man. I mean, even when you spoke about your wife, that was touching. I watched it with my wife, and it was just like that shit almost brought me to tears, God. I was like, God. I was like, yo, why you gotta do this? It's supposed to be funny, man. It's trying to make the God cry.
You trying to make it even
feel. I was like, this shit is stupid, man. It's trying to make me cry out here, man. Now, all jokes aside, man, I just thought it was special. It was beautiful, and it was so honest, man. I was like, that's what's up, man. And so you're so lucky, to have that support. The wife. You got the kids, and that probably assisted tremendously with your recovery because you know what you got at home. Like, you're like, if you were motherfucking dirtbag that have shit going for you, be like, yo, fuck this shit. So I don't want to do this shit. Anyway.
Yeah, my kids, they were there and they saw the whole experience. So
wow.
And then and they were strong to it. Like when my wife's sister came down from North Carolina, the whole family came together. And then she took my kids. But when they came to visit me in the hospital, they were so like, Daddy, like, sheepish. They were like, they were good.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Like they grew from this too. They, you know what I mean? I feel like they grew a little bit.
Yeah. And your wife is a nurse, so she knows. That's like a head start with a lot of it, man. Like the recovery and all that stuff. That's man. My wife, it was in the medical field for years. So with little things that are going on, like she knows steps moving forward. It's not like she's completely oblivious. It's like valuable. That shit is valuable.
Yeah.
Now I tell everybody that. What was that?
And I said, they can talk for you.
Yeah. Ask the right questions.
Yeah.
So, in promotion for the album, I saw that you were doing Jeff Hernandez, who was a producer back in New York, and we used to do a lot of his shows. Did you do his interview yesterday?
No, I'm doing it tonight. I couldn't.
Because I spoke to him yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was the first time I spoke to him in years. I was like, dude, you sound terrible. No, man, I always made fun of you. Remember Jeff Hernandez from Laugh Lounge?
Did he get in his feelings?
Nah, yeah, he's very sensitive.
Yeah, he was getting his feelings. Yeah, he getting his feelings.
Cause you know that motherfucker's gonna talk to you like he's your pops.
Yeah.
He's like, Kyle, you're very funny. I want to book you for my show. Right? And he got those gecko fingers.
Oh, those fingers annoyed me, man.
Yo, can you ask your wife what the fuck is that? Being that she's in the medical field, being that she's a registered nurse.
Got those thick nails. Melissa, what is it? That's a condition.
Yeah, that is a condition. It's called geckoism.
Geckoism.
That motherfucker should be in Florida against the wall. Oh, sorry. Then I cursed a little bit. I forgot the kids are there.
Oh, no. That's all right. Oh, I forgot my wine. Shit.
Oh, look at you. You've always been a wine kind of person, man, with your hand on your hip. Look at you. Healing. Yes, I spoke to Jeff Hernandez yesterday, and it was he told me that he was gonna have you on the show. And I was like, yo, dog, I'm having him first. And I'm glad I got you first.
Word.
And so how did you connect with the Amazon people? Was it something you just submitted and they picked it up immediately, or they require some of this like selling bullshit?
Nah, I'll tell you off camera.
Oh, okay. now I'm real interested. I'm about to shut this shit up and text you.
That's what it is. I give you the game.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And so have you been to New York since? When's the last time you were in New York?
Last time I was in New York, I was in New Jersey. I was at the Borgata, performing at the Borgata.
Okay.
And they cut off the last two shows, the Friday and Saturday. And my last day was the 12th or the 13th.
All right.
And yeah, because of COVID, the 12th was the last day. Yeah. But before that, I was in New York, just to shoot my special. I mean, just to run my special in December.
And as far as stand-up, are you doing any of these Zoom shows and shit? I stay away.
Yeah, man, it's not really my cup of tea, B.
Yeah.
I'm doing something next week, but it's more like a question and answer, thing with it. It's like a variety of show type thing, just to promote my album, Q&A and all that.
Right.
But nah, I'm not. I don't. I'll wait or figure something else out.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I just feel like stand-up is very specific to being in front of people and getting the reaction. The other shit is like me doing a monologue in front of like nobody. You need a response.
I forgot who said it. One comedian said it's like playing handball without a wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an interesting analogy. Yeah, you're right. It's like it's missing a major component.
Who said that? So I can't remember. Some comic said that. I saw it in an interview online.
Yeah, that's the way it feels. What's the sentiment out there in Miami? Are you guys are heavy lockdown and shit, or it's more like?
Yeah, so far I know Miami Beach. There's not been too much movement in the streets. People have been driving around, but people have been staying away. People have been indoors. I mean, I went across the bridge, and that's a different story.
Yeah.
The hood, people out. They having baby showers and,
Yo, the funny thing is, like, I always loved Florida. They got a special place in my heart, but there's some dirtbag parts of Florida, bro. Like, grimy. Yeah. What is it? Is it Miami-Dade? Is that a real bad area?
Well, Miami-Dade.
Liberty City.
Oh, yeah, Liberty City is part of, Liberty City, Opelika. You go down to Ghouls, Perrine.
Dog, one time I had a show, these comics, Imagine.
Yeah.
And Becky Donahue, when I first started, like 2006 or 2007. and we got booked. Dogs, it was like the best paying gig I ever did. Like, I never got paid this much, like, again. And it was one of my first times. So I'm at the James L. Knight Center. It was like the Latino Explosion show. This guy named Rory with a heavy Southern drawl booked me for it. He like, sir, you Puerto Rican, man, I want to get you on my show, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm out there, rental. We're heading to the gig Saturday night. Yeah, I made a wrong turn, dogs. And it was like something out of Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, dogs, like buildings were shut down. There was no street lights working. There was like crackheads dancing in the middle of the street. I was like, yo. And it was like one turn. I went under like a turnpike, and it was like fucking like zombies in the street. And like, listen, I'm from Jersey. I'm from New York.
Walking dead out there, bro.
I was scared for my life. I was like, oh.
There was a section in Miami where it's like warehousing. You see all these people living in tents, and they people who can't get housing because they is child pedophiles. They're on the pedophile list. Do you know what I mean? So they can't live anywhere that's not in a school zone. So everywhere then is almost a school zone. So they have to live in this warehouse area in tents.
Wow.
Yeah, where you gonna live if that's not near a school zone?
Yeah, that shit is wild.
Right.
So they just all clumped together in a warehouse community type of thing.
Yeah, it's like with trucks, with trucks.
Yeah.
Like docks where trucks go and things like that. It's that kind of industrial area.
Wow.
Yeah, an industrial area, basically.
It's interesting. I have an area. It's the Bowery. There's a Bowery like shelter. It's like on First Avenue and 3rd Street, and it's a shelter, right? But for fun, I don't know why I do this for fun, Kyle. But for fun, every now and then,
this gonna be a dirt.
There's a dirtbag story. I'll look up. I'll look up. Oh, which by the way, it reminds me of the last time I worked together. I gotta tell you a real dirtbag story. So I looked up like neighborhood pedophiles, just to see where these guys are in my neighborhood. I got a young daughter. And sure enough, they're all in that shelter. That shit was red, blinking.
Wow.
Yeah, like blinking. All these guys fresh out of jail who are pedophiles, they have to go to the shelter. So now I walk by there, and I'm like, I wish somebody would. I got a chip on my shoulder now.
Yeah.
I would stretch out a pedophile.
Don't even look at me. If I'm by myself, don't even look at me because I got a daughter.
Right? I'm just making up this dialogue in my head. Yeah, no, it's look, my dog grabbed another ball to chew up. She's giving me work today. Oh, yo, you're gonna laugh at this one, man.
The dog's a dirtbag.
She's a supreme dirtbag from Tennessee. So check this out. Remember when we were both on the same show at Gotham Comedy Live? Do you remember that? It was like 2014. Oh,
I remember doing a few of them, yeah.
Yeah, because you done Gotham Comedy Live, I think like 3 or 4 times.
3 times. Yeah, we probably did. Yeah.
You greedy, bro. Look at you like, I don't know. You sat back like this. Yeah, I've done that shit like 7 times.
I had brain surgery, bro. I had brain surgery.
I think it was 2014.
Come on,
I did it. It was a that was like the first live special, live shit that I did. And I got off the stage, and you did a spot you read, Good Times. We're downstairs in the lounge area, right? And some dirtbag I know came, supported me or whatever, and he gave me a bag of blow.
Drops the bag.
No, check this out. I dirtbagged you, bro. This is how I dirtbagged you in a dirtbag situation. So I had mine. I had mine already, right? You came out of nowhere like this. Yo, whose cocaine is this? And I looked at you without missing a beat. I was like, oh, that's my man shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that, whatever. And I gave it, and I'll give it back to him. No, I took that shit.
Did he get it?
No, that shit went in my pocket. I got 2 for 1 that night, dog. knew that you were in a good place in your life. You didn't need that in your life, man.
Yeah, but that wasn't even me. Yeah, I'm like, I
Yeah,
was
you
gonna
look like
get
you
it
were
to
gonna
the
make.
police. Excuse me.
You look like you wanted to make fun of it for 20 more minutes. I was like, this needs to go to a good place. Yeah, because it was fun. The wheels are moving. You were like, what the fuck? And I was like, that's my man.
I tell that joke on stage now too.
Oh, really?
I tell that story on stage.
Oh my God. How do you tell it, man? I know it won't be, but I never heard
I'm
it.
just like, I remember the first time I found some cocaine on the ground. My first instinct was to smell it. And I was like, then I would be doing,
Right. Oh, that's
my
funny,
girls
man.
in the background. That's why.
Yeah.
Paraphrase.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, anybody lose this cocaine? Somebody, because that's what I did. I was like around the park.
Yes.
Anybody lose somebody? I got some cocaine.
No, you had that shit up like this. You're like, anybody.
Anybody, somebody.
Yeah, I came out of nowhere like this. What? I was like, yo, you got? Yo, quick thinking, bro. Quick thinking on my part. Oh man. But I always remember that.
That was you. I didn't know how that played out, but it was you that was there. I didn't know that. I didn't remember that part of the story.
Because I went in and out. Once I was in and out.
You remember that?
I just remember your face and because I was already in it. I was involved, right? You came out of nowhere like this. Anybody lose this? Anybody? You was waving that shit in the air like someone lost a glove. You were like, anyone lose And meanwhile, the club owners are walking by us. I'm like trying to hide my face. I'm like,
hilarious. Oh, that's so funny, bro.
Oh, it's super funny. I don't feel like drugs are rampant in the industry anymore. Do you feel like that, or am I just like?
Even I say that. I'm like, comics are vegans now.
Yeah.
Like I hear stories about the comic strip where they used to be doing 8 balls in the basement and whoop-de-whoop, but I mean now it's like comics rarely even smoke weed now.
Well, yeah, there's definitely been a shift, and which is great. I just and I asked you because I know you don't mess with it or whatever, but we're smart guys, we know. But then I was thinking to myself, I might just because I haven't fucked with drinking or any of that for years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was asking myself, is that drug just out of style? Like no one's really doing it anymore. I mean, and that's possible. Is it?
I mean, I don't know but unless I do say this, since I'm not in that lifestyle, maybe I'm not conscious of it. Maybe it's still there. Maybe people, it's just covert. Because I have walked in on a few comics like, oh, hey, Kyle, you should learn to knock,
Whoa.
Oh, yes. And I'm like,
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of that too. The fact that we don't fuck with drugs, that we just it's not in our.
Because I know if it's there, like me, I always attract. I know what I'm into is that's what I attract.
Exactly.
Podcast, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Right. Right.
I can.
It is interesting though how it has changed, and we see it even with rappers that we like. You notice that? Yo, dogs, Method Man, I went on his Instagram, and I'm hoping I want to see old school Meth, Wu-Tang, one contact lens, gold teeth, right? But now it's like he's drinking green juice, lifting weights.
Oh yeah.
All these guys are super healthy now.
Dying, yeah, I'm telling you. Think of how many comics have passed, and a lot of them. You look at their lifestyle, the way they eat. Ralphie May, Patrice O'Neal, Todd Lynn. We lost a lot of, you know what I mean? I talked to Rodney Perry this morning on text. He had a aneurysm.
Really?
Brain, thing that he had to come back from.
Yeah.
So the eating, people when you start getting once you pass that threshold of, oh, I ain't gonna live forever, and you become conscious of that, then you be like, yo, I need to maintain.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, you also feel just more alive altogether. You
Yeah,
become
too, that too.
appreciative of your body. You start looking at your body
Yeah,
different.
you know, I mean, I'm
You start doing shoulder rolls for no reason.
You know?
I felt like you did that in your special a couple of times. You were just like, you know, like, you get the little bump, cover, and dip. I mean, Angelo Lasada, you know.
Oh, man. Oh, yes.
I know you guys were close, you know, Greg Giraldo. You know, Angelo was my man. And to see him go out like that, you know, but he was, you know, I got to say, I worked with him a lot in the last year. And he was in real good spirits, man. He got to see how many people loved him. You know, he did some special things in his career, you know, and he was beloved, man. And, you know, it's one of those things that we celebrated, you know. But that shit hit us hard.
Yeah, and we couldn't even. Yeah, that was hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a few others, younger guys, Chris Cotton. I don't know if you knew him.
Yeah, I knew Chris Cotton too. Yeah,
man.
Chris went. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like there is something to be said about you know, nothing is, and you know, it's a cliche, but nothing is more important than your health, you know, and monitoring that, and you know, and like you're a symbol of that. Like you take care of yourself, you can recover from real dramatic shit.
Yeah,
traumatic, man. You know.
Yeah, and I didn't even get a headache through the whole ordeal. Did not even get a
now
headache.
you're just showing off. Did you not? Wow.
I really didn't. I didn't. When they put me on that to go to sleep,
go ahead.
I woke up and they asked me what year is it. I was like 1969. I felt born again.
Yeah.
That was the year I was born.
Yeah. God damn, man. Good for you, man. That's awesome, man. Well, I want everyone to check out the on Amazon Prime is Brain Humor, and let people know how they can contact you, because you'll have a couple of dirtbag fans hitting you up, giving you a shout out. So what's the best handle on Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah, you can inbox me on Instagram, Kyle Grooms, KYLEGROMS, or my website, kylegrooms.net.
Dope, man. And the special Brain Humor on Amazon Prime. I purchased Amazon Prime just to watch the special. I was very happy with it. And there's a lot of good specials on there. Like, you know, I got it. So I was like, I hit yours. And then right after, I watched TK Kirkland. That motherfucker had me laughing. Yeah, and there was a few, man. So I'm fucking super happy for you. You look great. You sound great. And thank God, man, because if your energy would have been low, or if you would have been on some you know, punch drunk shit, I would have been like, yo, we got
from the Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, yo.
And now let me do some dirtbag shit. Let me stun on you for my view from the
Yo, that view is fly, bro. Yo, your patio is like a $2,000 rent studio apartment in New York. That's how big that shit is.
I don't know if I could.
Nice. Your plant collection is mean.
You said what?
You got a mean plant collection. I love plants.
Oh, yeah, I wish I could show you this one. Let me see. Could you see that one right there in the corner?
Yeah. That's nice. What do you got around it? You got a goalie net around it?
Cannabis sativa.
Oh, is that cannabis?
Sure is.
Well, what's the reason for the net on top of it?
To keep it from so it could grow out and not up.
Oh.
Just to keep it, you know, yeah.
And
I don't want it to grow too high.
Yeah.
And you spread them out. You want it to, you know.
Wow.
I'm learning it.
Do you find that like puffing a little bit keeps you at ease and all that?
That's cool. That's it. What's up?
Do you find like smoking does it keep you at ease and keep you
it's
calm
just
and
a habit now. It's just a habit.
I every time I have one of my guests or one of my boys I talk to about smoking, it's like I wish I could incorporate that in my life. Anytime I felt anxious, not that I'm an anxious person, but I can't smoke, bro, because I get super paranoid, man. Yeah, man.
I went through a phase where that was the case, where I would be off, and even now, if I have something important to do, I can't risk doing that, because then I could be great. I could find a zone, but then I could shift in my
It's
brain.
always like a roll of the dice.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I shift, then I get into a weird space that I don't know. But yeah.
And yo, honestly, man, I'm not one of these people that are like, oh man, I'm anti-drug or whatever. But I definitely feel for most people, there's nothing like being sober. It's your natural. There's nothing like being sober.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of drinking and doing some other shit. One time I was recording something and I looked at it and I was like, oh god damn. I was like, I'm glad they lost the footage to that shit.
Yeah, right.
How many shows
I guess because sober is, I guess that's that natural God working in you. You totally in tune. He already gave you the plan. He knows, that energy. You got it.
Right.
But I guess I don't know, something in us makes us feel like, when you're on that, I don't know, it's just lubricant.
It's a lubricant, and I think, and I can speak personally, when let's say if I had a couple of drinks and I do like stand up, it would alleviate any potential the initial stress of it, and I just felt like it was just an easier flow, But feeling uneasy, and it's good. It's good to embrace that, and
it heightens your
awareness.
Cause and your ability to play at that level. Like like, could you imagine Michael Jordan played high and he wouldn't have been able to will himself to do that when he had to, you know what I mean?
Right. That's exactly right. And what's required in order to not feel like you need the drink or drink, and this is for me personally, is like just more practice leading up to whatever the fuck you're doing. Just practice to the point where you're so confident. It's like, oh, I can deal with the butterflies. I can deal with the nervousness. I can deal with any, byproduct of the event that might not feel great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
when it comes to performing, I'm confident either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I get in trouble when I'm on it, it used to be, I would, if my brain flips, I fall off the skateboard and I can't get back on.
Yeah, because you start taking everything too damn serious.
Yeah, then it's like, whoa, hey,
yo, this lifestyle's taking me underwater.
I know what to say. And then when you're thinking of something to say, then the more you're thinking about something to say, then you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, yo, it's like the shit you were talking about in the water, bro. You think you got that lifeline, those words that are gonna make it better?
Yeah. And the next thing you know, you bombing.
Yeah, yo. And you know what? There's nothing worse than bombing with a circumstance as such, right? Like if you just bomb and you're confident in your ability and just a bomb, it's like, it just wasn't my night. Something was off, but I'm confident. I don't have to blame it on any one thing. Maybe it was just a bad night. Maybe the audience sucked, whatever. But when it's like something like that lingering over your head, like you were just high, motherfucker.
Yeah. Now you're like,
that shit don't feel good. You're like, I got a problem.
Ooh, yeah. I'm irresponsible.
Yo, irresponsible is hilarious.
This is my lifeblood. I'm a feel
yeah. So people sat down and and dressed up and bought 2 drinks for me to witness me being irresponsible.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yo, Kyle, you're the motherfucking man. Mad love to you and the family. I'm so happy for you. The special is out. Brain Humor, Amazon Prime. Holla at my boy, man. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, Sergio. Love you, bro. Seeing
Likewise,
you,
man. And when you come back to New York City, we're going to get on the pads. We're going to get on the bags. And you know what I'm saying? I'll show you how to do this, son.
Whoa.
I'll see you later, brother.
All right, peace.
All right.